Hi there, I'm Michael Coleman and welcome. And today, out of my collection, I have this wonderful book about Austin Allegros, the British Leyland car of the 70s and early 80s. And yeah, I highly recommend this book if this is your kind of subject. And yeah, I remember we actually had an Allegro, obviously years ago, decades ago now. It was in orange. It was a very basic one, but in here there's all sorts, and I'll just show you a little bit so you can see for yourself, and whether you're interested in Allegros or not. Maybe the British car industry of that era, but yeah, it's a great piece of motoring history, and I didn't realise how varied the Austin Allegro was in its models. Yeah, we'll have a quick flick, but there we go. I love the colours that they've got, obviously of the era there. Sort of like a tan colour. There's one in sort of like a green. Again, variations. That is an estate one. T-Reg 1979. These are very popular with collectors' Allegros. There's the contents. The creation of the Allegro, a legend is born. And let's have a look there. We have, look, there's a two-door coupe one. And here, obviously, for those who know, it had a squarish steering wheel. Looks very smart, actually. I'm surprised it didn't catch on, to be honest. Looks pretty good. I mean, look, it's even got a look down there. It's actually got a dial down there. Is it some sort of gauge or something? Our one didn't even have a rev counter, so this one looks pretty salubrious. Let's have a look. And it's actually called Aquatic Steering Wheel, and they were legendary. It says, although awkward to use, its design has become a 1970s icon. People I know use them, so they were quite good. So I don't know about that. Oh, look at those lovely key rings. Look at that Austin Princess Allegro. And this is my favourite. Look at that. That is the Vanden Plas, and I loved Vanden Plas. Vanden Plas, I believe, was a coach builder, and they did the upmarket one. And look, it's got a really smart grille on that, which is a little bit similar, not too much like, but a Rolls Royce. It's got the sort of chrome on the outside, and then it's got the veins, and yeah, lovely hubcaps as well, slightly like some of the Rolls Royce ones of the time. There again, there's that's at the estate. Let's have a look. Oh, look, that's a very smart one, isn't it? Look. That's if it is one. I don't think it is. Sorry, it's an A30. But look, this is a lovely old advert from Sea-Link, who knew the Allegro was a good car, and that they put it in their advert there. It's an M-Reg, that one. So that's about 74. That one would have been. So it's got the earlier grille, sort of the sort of hexagon sort of look to it, a bit sort of honeycomby. And that's its predecessor. I think it's the A30. I don't like those. Allegros are much better. Sorry, it's got a bit about that, and some of its predecessors like Morris Minors. A very simple Austin. And oh look, it's even got classic minis. This was another car of the era, and I thought that was called a Maxi or something. I think they had a few names. Oh, that's a Marina. And if you notice, a lot of the cars of the time, even the Rover SD1, had those handles. There was a later Marina. Now this, oh, here we go. There's the Maxi. Yeah, that was another wonderful car of the British Leyland era. British Leyland, when they brought a lot of the British makes into the same fray. Unfortunately, it was, I think, too big to control. There was a lot of problems in the 70s with the British car industry, but that's another story. That is a lovely Mini Clubman we've just seen there. Let's have a look. I think this is maybe someone who's involved with the industry at the time. Look at that wonderful hair he has, that man, that lovely haircut. You don't see people with lovely haircuts like that. Really smart. I think this might be him later on. More recently, he cut the hair. Should have kept it. Oh, look. It's a British Leyland advert of the era. A lovely British Leyland logo there as well. We have the Maxi, a Princess. And that's an early one. So many different variations. There we go, an Allegro Super. And an early interior. So this is like the one we had. Very, very basic. If you look at the seats as well, more like a PVC. I think it was a 1 litre or 1.1 hour one. So really lackluster in performance. That one possibly a more luxury one, because look, it belongs outside that lovely country manor. So someone was obviously doing well who drove that one. Obviously had all the options. Oh, there we go. There's that honeycomb grille. And this was like ours, a tiny engine, but very simple and lots of room to work around. And another thing, as I say, this book is full of is just the colours and the designs of the era. It's like going back in time. And look, there you go. You have that wonderful steering wheel. Oh, and a lovely wood effect on that one. Our one didn't have that. As I say, it was very basic. This one must have been good fun. A 750cc Sport, so quite a big engine there. There we go. That interior is actually quite nice. Don't think our one even had a stereo, in fact. But yeah, there's so much in here. You've got performance, figures, and look at this. They tried to market it with a young lady on it to sort of make it a bit more fashionable. I wonder how that worked. There's the estate. Oh look, surfers. So I wouldn't have put surfers at the general user of the Allegro. I don't remember seeing surfers in them. It was generally, from my memory, older people. Look at that. Look at that. That looks like it's in the factory. And that's the Vanden Plas one. Again, you can tell by the lovely grille. So I'll just do a few more pages. I mean, there is so much. This book really does have. That's the dash we had. Look, there you go. You didn't have a rev counter, you just had this sort of blanking plate that didn't really mean anything. Yeah, a bit strange. So look, the person who's driving that one is obviously doing well. Look, he's got a lovely house. He's got a nice wife, a good life. So that must have been one that was quite high up the range. This one's high up the range. It's got the radio in. So yeah, though look, you forget that there were some successful people who drove these. Look, that guy there, he obviously works in the law courts. In fact, look, this is a luxury one. See, look, there's a massive difference. If you look there, we didn't have headrests and we had PVC seats, but look, that I can see that's velour. It's got headrests on the front. She looks like it's got a lot of room. And yes, as we can see, this is the 1750 HL. So this was quite high up in the range. So there really was a variation from a very basic one with not even a rev counter to ones that were high up the range, like this sporty one as well. Look, I mean, that actually looks really, really nice. I'd drive that now. I like that. Now even roomier. And I think it looks like it might have alloy wheels. It's got nice checkered seats, but oh look, it's even got a very sporty wheel. So anyway, there's a lot more still in this book. Too much for me to go through. Literally, it's got some nice pictures on the back there again. Those two sporty ones and the Vanden Plas. And yeah, it's got over 147 pages. And in this range, there's actually some other very interesting books also. The Rover 75 or the Triumph Spitfire, and I think my favourite, the Triumph Stag, an absolutely beautiful, stunning car. I still see a lot of them around on a Sunday. So anyway, well, I hope you found that interesting, and yeah, a book, as I say, I really enjoy, and anyone who's into Allegros or maybe just the British cars of that era, I'm sure you'll enjoy it too. And if you enjoyed this, please do subscribe. I usually add new videos every couple of days on similar subject matter collectibles and other bits and pieces. Anyway, bye for now. Thank you very much.